There's a reason some tractors never leave the farm. Some machines may be newer, but that doesn't mean they're better. Out here, the tractors that last are the ones farmers trust, season after season, when the work has to get done. Today, we're looking at 5 old tractors that many farmers say they'd never trade for a new one. Ford 4000. There's a certain kind of morning out in the Midwest. Cold air hanging low over the field, boots hitting frozen ground, and a farmer standing still for just a second, listening. Not for silence, but for that one sound he knows he can count on. The engine of a Ford 4000 coming to life. Back in the late 60s and early 70s, across the Great Plains, this wasn't just another tractor. This was the one that showed up every single day. Plowing before the sun came up, planting row after row without complaint, hauling hay when the sky looked like it might turn on you at any moment. Around 50 horsepower, give or take depending on the setup, but out there, numbers didn't matter as much as reliability. And the Ford 4000 had plenty of that. It wasn't flashy, didn't try to be. No electronics, no complicated systems, no screens telling you what's wrong. If something broke, you didn't call a technician, you grabbed your tools, a wrench, a little time, maybe your son or your neighbor standing nearby, and you fixed it, right there in the barn. That's why so many farmers held on to it. Not because they couldn't upgrade, but because they didn't see the need. Modern tractors? Sure, they're powerful, comfortable, efficient, but sometimes they feel like machines you have to manage. The Ford 4000? It was a machine that worked with you. You turned the key, and it answered. No hesitation, no excuses. There are men today, 60, 70 years old, who still remember the feel of that steering wheel in their hands, the rhythm of the engine, the smell of soil turning behind them. Some of them still have one sitting in the shed, paint worn down, edges softened by time. But if you ask them to sell it, they just shake their head, because that tractor didn't just do the job, it earned its place. And out here, that kind of trust isn't something you replace. But not every tractor built its legacy on simplicity alone. The next one on this list took a very different path to earn its respect. Allis-Chalmers D17. There's a kind of morning in the Midwest when the ground finally softens and it's time to get back to work. No delays, no second chances. And for a lot of farmers, that day started with an Allis-Chalmers D17. Out in fields stretching across Iowa and Nebraska, the D17 was already moving before the sun cleared the horizon, pulling a plow through heavy soil, planting straight, careful rows, hauling loads back before the weather tee. Around 50 horsepower, nothing flashy, but it was steady, predictable, exactly what you needed. The D17 didn't try to impress you. No electronics, no complicated systems, just a tractor that made sense. If something went wrong, you didn't wait on a dealer. You fixed it yourself. Maybe in the barn, maybe out in the dirt, with a few tools and a little patience. That's why so many farmers never let it go, because it never let them down. It showed up every morning, did the job, and kept going. Year after year. Sure, modern tractors bring more comfort, more power, more technology, but they also bring complexity. The D17? You turn the key, and it answers. Simple as that. For a lot of men today, that tractor still means something. Not just work, but memories, lessons learned, days earned the hard way. And when a machine proves itself like that, you don't replace it. But not every tractor earned respect through simplicity alone. The next one on this list brought a different kind of power to the field. Case 970. Out on the Great Plains, There are days when the wind doesn't let up, and the work doesn't wait. Big fields, long passes, and no room for a tractor that can't keep up. That's where the Case 970 came in. By the early 1970s, across Kansas, Nebraska, the Dakotas, this machine started showing up where the work was heavy. Deep plowing, pulling wide discs across dry ground, hauling loads that pushed smaller tractors to their limits. With around 100 horsepower, the Case 970 didn't just handle the job, it leaned into it. But what made farmers stick with it wasn't just the power, it was how simple that power felt. No electronics, no guessing. You climbed up, turned the key, and that engine settled into a deep, steady rhythm, like it had work to do. And when something needed attention, you didn't shut everything down for days. You opened it up, got your hands dirty, fixed it, right there on the farm. That kind of independence mattered, because out here, you can't afford downtime. And the Case 970 understood that. It showed up when the work was hard, pulled strong through the long days, and didn't quit when conditions got rough. Modern tractors today? They're smoother, quieter, packed with technology, but sometimes they feel distant, like you're operating them instead of working with them. The Case 970? It was part of the job. Solid, direct, honest. For many farmers now in their 60s and 70s, that tractor still stands for something simple. If it starts, it works. And if it works, you keep it. Because once a machine proves itself out in those fields, you don't trade it away. But not every legend was built on raw pulling power. The next tractor on this list earned its place in a very different way. Massey Ferguson, 165. There's a different kind of work. The kind that doesn't happen out in the big open fields. Closer to the barn. Early mornings, late evenings. Jobs that never really make the headlines, but always need doing. Feeding cattle, cleaning out lots, hauling small loads, fixing fences, running errands that keep a farm alive. And for a lot of farmers, that work was done with a Massey Ferguson 165. You'd see it everywhere, from the Midwest to smaller family farms across the country. Not too big, not too small, right around 60 horsepower, give or take, but perfectly matched for the kind of work that filled SD days. The 165 was the tractor you could count on. When you didn't have time to think about the tractor, you just turned the key and got moving. No electronics, no complicated systems, just a straightforward machine that did exactly what you asked. And if something wore out, you didn't lose a whole day over it. You fixed it, maybe in the shed before sunrise, or right there in the yard before finishing chores. That simplicity is what kept it around, because the Massey 165 didn't try to impress anyone. It just showed up, day after day, season after season, never quit. Or made a fuss. Sure, modern tractors today bring more comfort, better cabs, more features. But for this kind of work, a lot of farmers will tell you they don't need all that. They just need something that starts and keeps going. And for many, this tractor was part of the family, passed down, learned on, trusted without question. Because when a machine earns that kind of place, you don't replace it. And now, we come to the one tractor that more farmers remember than almost any other. John Deere 4020. There's a moment just before sunrise when the farm is quiet and the whole day is still waiting on one decision. Does the tractor start? Out across the Midwest, for decades, that answer was almost always the same. The John Deere 4020 was already running. From Iowa to the Dakotas, this tractor became the backbone of American farming, plowing long, straight rows, pulling planters through spring soil, hauling grain in the fall when every minute mattered. Right around 95 horsepower. But what it delivered felt like more. Because it didn't. Sedate. The 4020 had something farmers recognized right away. Confidence. You climbed up, turned the key, and that engine came to life like it had work to do. No electronics. No complicated systems. Just a machine built to run. And when something needed fixing, you didn't lose the season over it. You opened it up, worked on it yourself, got it back in the field. That mattered, because farming doesn't wait. That's why so many never traded it in. Not because newer tractors weren't better on paper, but because this one had already proven itself. It showed up every day, pulled strong, and kept going year after year. Modern machines today? They're smoother, smarter, more comfortable, but they also ask more from you. More systems, more complexity. The 4020? Asks for fuel, a steady hand, and a day's work. And for a lot of farmers now, in their 60s, 70s, this isn't just a tractor. It's the sound of their early mornings, the feel of their first real job, the machine that never let them down. Because when something earns that kind of trust, you don't replace it, you keep it, and you remember exactly why. These tractors may not have screens, or the latest technology, but they have something that matters more. They've proven themselves, year after year, in real work. And for many farmers, that's not something you replace. What about you? Is there a tractor you'd never trade for a new one? Let us know in the comments. And if you appreciate tractors that were built to last, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more.